Hey guys, good morning. It's Dave Santarelli from Santarelli Trading Exchange and BreakingChartAlerts.com. I hope everyone's having a great morning and is ready here. It's Thursday. We're going to be looking for some possible swing trades here, maybe a couple of day trades. We'll see what the market's going to give us. Right now, let's take a look first what we're looking at as far as the market's concerned with our technical analysis. You guys can see here's a SPY daily chart here. It goes back to about July. And you can see right now we're squeezing between that yellow 10-day simple moving average and that blue 20-day simple moving average. So we have a pretty good consolidation area right here on SPY between that 380 and that 370. So for me, like I said, with our trade plan, what we're looking for when we're in this consolidation area is a break above that consolidation box for an entry. So a candle like that would be a green entry there for a call or some shares. Or if we got a candle below that 370 here, that's where we're going to be looking at some puts or shorting shares. And we'd be targeting at least about 360 there. If we break above that 380, we're going to be targeting anywhere from 390 to 400. So every morning, that's the first thing I like to do is I like to look at the markets, take a look at SPY there, take a look at Qs, and see what they're doing. And obviously see how it's doing with our trade plan there. Q is doing the same thing as SPY, squeezing between that 10 and 20-day simple moving average. We already had the moving average convergence, divergence, have the crossover. Histogram of the MACD here is finally trading above the zero line, and we are looking pretty good. I'm watching the watch list up above here. A lot of the stuff's starting to turn green. A lot of the Chinese stocks are green here today. Verizon up about 1.5%. That's one of them me and Dylan were talking about this morning. Oppenheimer came out and said, you know what, Verizon's been underperforming the market here for the past, I think they said 5 years. And they said, oh, you know what, we're going to buy some now. We think it's a good buy. So there's no reasoning behind it, but Oppenheimer there is saying it's a great buy, and they're picking some up. It does pay a good dividend. It's under 40 bucks a share. Hasn't been like that since going way back to 2012 there. Almost, 10 years since it's been at this level. So, they pay really good dividend. Definitely something we could be looking at. Alrighty, so Kashkari's coming on here, and they're talking about the markets here and interest rates all morning. We had unemployment numbers come out. They were a little bit higher than expected. And let's take a look at Google. Google shares are taking off now. We got a nice climb on Google. We ended up picking up a swing trade on Google yesterday, and we'll see what that's going to do here. It was just at highs of the day. It was just green there a second ago. There we go. Back in the green on Google. And that one's getting a decent climb there. I'm watching Exxon Mobil up above. Exxon Mobil just turned green as well. That one was down about 50 cents in the pre-market there. And that one is now green. So we got Exxon Mobil breaking out here as well. We got a nice trade on Exxon Mobil. That is green. And I think we should have an easy target between 105 or 100 and 105 on that Exxon Mobil trade. I'll probably wait until about 105 to take profits on Exxon Mobil. Take a look now. We got Qs breaking out, and there goes Google, 101.50 on Google, continuing to climb. We got Qs breaking out at new highs of the day, 282.10 on Qs, and continuing that breakout. What I want to see on Qs on a daily chart here is a break above that blue 20-day simple moving average on a daily chart. We already had the moving average convergence, divergence, crossover here. We got green bars above the zero line on the histogram of the MACD, and right now we're in that transitionary period, trading between that 10, 20-day simple moving average. So right now is a cautionary period. This is part of our NTZ of our trade plan, the no trade zone, because right here you are observing that, and you're saying, okay, are we going to consolidate here for a couple of days? Are we going to consolidate for a couple of weeks? Are we going to break above that resistance at that blue 20-day simple moving average, or below that 10-day simple moving average, below that yellow line right here? And if it does, Google is taking off. I'm watching that 101.82 there. Let's take a look at Google. 102.67. I'm seeing 101.83. You seen 102? Oh, I know. We're in GOOGL. GOOGL. You're in what? No, it's not. You're in GOOG. I'm on GOOGL. They're different class shares. Some of them have voting rights, some don't. GOOGL. There you go. Yeah, that's the one you want to be looking at, Class A. There we go, 101.88, continuing to climb there, looking pretty good. Not too bad. Let's refresh the account here, see what we're doing. Oh man, Dylan, how much are we up today? Nice, 4,300 bucks there. And our Google trade's up 3% right now. Our Exxon Mobil trade's doing great. I got that little SPY hedge there. I picked up like literally at the last second of yesterday there. The SPY October 7th, 375s. We have the Exxon Mobil October 21st, 97.50 strike calls. And we have the Google November 18th, 105 calls we picked up yesterday. That are up about 4% right now overall. So that's looking pretty good. We already got a $500 gain overall in the Google trade. And just waiting for that Exxon Mobil trade. You know, that one's just about in the green there. And we'll be looking to take profits on that one soon. We got Google there still taking off there near 102. There we go. She just broke 102. Continuing to climb. We're now up over 4% on our Google trade, nearing up 5%. I'm debating there, Dylan, where I want to take profits on that Google trade because I have 30 contracts at Google. I paid $4.15 for each, right? So 415 multiply that by 30. I ended up getting about a $12,500 trade on Google here for that November 18th monthly expo. So we still got plenty of time. You know, what do I want to do with Google? Well, you know, it's just starting that breakout. We picked this up yesterday because it was in that transitionary period of the no trade zone between that 10 and 20-day simple moving average, right? We already had the MACD crossover, the moving average convergence divergence that had the crossover. We got green bars above the zero line on the histogram of the MACD, and that's looking really great here. I mean, she's back above 102. If that had a green candle above that blue 20 tomorrow, I'd be adding to that Google trade for sure. Now, what am I going to be looking for here? Well, we have resistance number 1. You guys can see kind of this quadruple bottom right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got that right around that 105. So that's why I told you guys 105 is going to be our first target. Okay, now if we wanted to take half off that trade there, you know, once it hits that 105, that's fine to do. And then we could trade it up to that 110 area there. So that's definitely something that you want to keep looking at there and keep an eye on because that's one I'm probably going to be adding to. Google's taking off nicely now. Let's refresh that again. And now we got a 7% gain. We are now up $1,000 on that Google trade that we just made yesterday. And that is looking pretty darn good. And Exxon Mobil's continuing to break out. There she goes, 99.80 a share. And our Exxon Mobil trade is up $900 on the day, up 10% on the day. So looking pretty darn good here, guys. We got about a $6,000 profit here of the day so far. And Snapchat's leading the way, too. We're up $3,300 on our Snapchat shares. And that is looking great. Sky, are you still in Snapchat? Let's take a look at Snap. Man, that's looking good now. Now that's looking ready for a nice breakout. I should be adding to that Snapchat trade. I really should. Let's see here. What do we got? Snap? Well, we got 10,000 shares of Snap. So we only got about a $115,000 trade on Snap shares. So what I could do, I don't want to sell some covered calls against those shares yet because you don't want to do that strategy when the stock's breaking out. The right time to sell some covered calls is, you know, if you have the shares, once it gets up to that resistance area and you see it struggling there and you think it's going to have that retracement, that's where you want to sell the covered calls because then obviously if that stock pulls back, those covered calls are going to make a heck of a lot of money if that stock does pull back there. So that's the right time to do that. You don't want to do it now because if I sell some covered calls against Snap now, let's say for $12, and then, you know, by next month she's at $15, I just missed out on $3 a contract right there. So, you know, that's why it's good. Now, if she starts getting up to that $15 like we saw here, where it got up to that 15, pulled back, got up to that 15, pulled back, up to that 15, pulled back, did the same there again, that's where I'd be looking then to sell some covered calls. Right now, we got the markets continuing to break out. Exxon Mobil's at highs of the day. We got Q's breaking out. Q's at new highs of the day. Big breakout on Q's. SPY. Markets are continuing to climb there. Looking pretty darn good. We got Amazon now in the green there as well. SPY. Nice climb there on SPY. We got SPY continuing to break out. New highs of the day in the market. Q's, big candle there. New highs of the day on Q's, and that's going towards yesterday's highs. Exxon Mobil, new highs of the day. Exxon Mobil at $100. Exxon Mobil up 1% on the day, continuing to climb and break out. We got some nice profits here today, guys. Really nice profits again. We're up $7,000 now on the day. And our Google trade's up 11% right now. Nice gains on our Google trade. So I'm going to share this with you guys. Here's the shares that we're in. And here are the options that we are in. Okay? So you guys can see here that Exxon Mobil trade that we are in last week after the market had. Here's the option trades. Let me post this in the. So obviously you guys could see there the option trades. You know that Exxon Mobil trade was down over 90% last week. There, remember that? And now it is just about green. There we go. Exxon Mobil breaking out a nice run there, and our Exxon Mobil trade is now in the green, guys. Exxon Mobil is now in the green. She's at 484 a contract. Nice break out there on Exxon Mobil, guys. I know there's quite a few of you guys in the Exxon Mobil trade still, right? 100.36. Still continuing to climb there. Let's see, who's in the Exxon Mobil trade? Man, look at Google. What a beast. There we go. Our Exxon Mobil trade, our Google trades, they are all in the green now. We got that hedge with the SPY puts there. That's looking good. Looking good. Let's see. Google's still breaking out there. Google's looking great. We got a 12% gain now on our Google trade. Up 1,500 bucks on that already there, Dylan. You didn't get in that trade though with us, did you? Yeah. Did you get the Exxon Mobil? Yeah. Man, look at Exxon Mobil taking off now. We're now up 5% overall on Exxon Mobil. Look at that, guys. I got to share this with you. So just like that, if you guys remember, that Exxon Mobil trade was down significantly. And just those 4 days right there, those 4 green candles right there, put us right back in the green right here on Exxon Mobil. And if you guys remember, I was talking about buying the dip here on that pullback when it held that 85, but there was so much going on with the hurricane and everything going on that I said, you know what, better off just waiting. Exxon Mobil still breaking out, $100.60 a share on Exxon Mobil. Yeah, I did. Yeah, she's up nice. She's up what, 4%? 5% now. Let's see. Oh man, that is looking good. 5% gain on Snapchat there. If you guys take a look, our Snapchat shares are up 5,500 bucks on the day. I'll share this with you guys on YouTube as well. Dylan, could you post that in the BCA? Here's the shares. So let's see here. I'll show you guys on YouTube our positions there, and the one right above that too, will you? So here's our shares, guys. We have shares of Snapchat, Micron, Amazon, and obviously you guys can see we have 10,000 shares of Snapchat. Those shares are up $5,411 today. We have 2,500 shares of Micron. Those shares are up $725 today. And our Amazon shares, 1,400 shares, we're up $231 on those. That's the shares. Now if you take a look, here are the option contracts. So there you go. There is the Google trade up 11%. We're up $1,334.70 overall on that. Our Exxon Mobil trade, we got a 3.5% overall gain on that right now. So that's looking pretty darn good. We picked up that SPY put for Friday's Expo as a hedge against our long shares yesterday, literally like at the last minute in the day there. So that one right there was the hedge. and these other ones were official trades there. So looking pretty darn good there with that. Let me see what's going on. There we go. Stuff up here. Q's just pulled back a little bit there. Oh man, look at that. Google trades up 12%. Nice. Our Snapchat trade's now up $6,000 on the day. We got a $9,000 gain overall today there, Dylan. Not a bad day. Now, if we could just hold this out here, we could be adding quite a bit of trades next week. Nvidia's up over 3%. Remember yesterday we were talking about that Nvidia chart? Do you remember that? Look at Nvidia. We were talking about that. We wanted to make that trade yesterday afternoon. Look at that pattern there on Nvidia. Now tell me, does that not look like a beautiful chart pattern there on Nvidia to take advantage of that? At least back up to 150 bucks a share. I gotta do something with that. I'm gonna jump in that. Yeah, I gotta do something with Nvidia. That's gonna have that quick pop right back up to that 150 at least minimum. I should get a decent sized trade on that. Maybe like a $50,000 trade for 6 months out. Maybe even a year out till Expo. I got to think about that one. I definitely want to do something with Nvidia. That's a great chart. You can't get better than that. That's definitely trade plan perfection right there. Breaking through that resistance, MACD crossover, moving average convergence divergence. We got green bars above the zero line. Got that first area of resistance right around that 140. She breaks that 140. We should easily see that 160, to be honest with you. So that's something I'd be looking at. I would do something a little bit further out, at least 3 months out, maybe six, and target that higher end. Maybe 160 to 180. And that there is going to be an easy 300% gain. And you do a larger position like that, 50,000. That's going to be a nice setup there. And then the nice thing about that is, you have your target here. Like, see, let me draw this up here so you guys see what my train of thought is here. So, see, if we have a target anywhere from 180. So if we had a target between 180 and let's just say the lower end here of 160, right? So 160 and 180, here is the target profit area. This is our sweet spot between 160 and 180, right? That is our sweet spot. So right now we're at 135. Let's say 170 is the middle there, right? 170 minus 136. So that's 34, right? So 34 points to the upside, and our downside, our stop on this would be 130. So target is 170, and our stop's going to be 130. So now 6 points to the downside. So then we'd lose about $6. So you guys see that difference there. We're risking 6 to make $34, and that's just with the shares alone there. So now what you're looking for with options, that's going to be a much greater difference there. So now let's take a look at the option chain there and see, because this is a nice setup, and this is the one that we went over yesterday that we were going to make, but instead I went with the Google trade, which still doing great there, but that Nvidia broke out, 3% today? That's a big move. Let's see, December 140s are going for about 12 bucks. So 152 and then 164. 164 you have a 100% gain. So 164 right at about here you have a 100% gain. Obviously if she has a decent breakout you'll have the 100% gain before, but on expiration date on December 16th there, she's at that 164, you have a 100% gain. So that's not bad. Another thing we could do, which I was thinking about there, Dylan, is making an even larger trade and doing an in-the-money vertical spread on Nvidia. I think that one, we haven't done a spread in a while. I think this is an opportunity. You haven't been with us too long, but we did something called paycheck trades. And that's something that's a more solid, lower risk type of setup there, a tight stop, and lots of upside potential. So that's a paycheck trade. So right now, Nvidia is looking like a perfect in-the-money vertical spread paycheck trade. So let's go over that and see about possibly doing a trade like that here today. So Nvidia now, what you'd be looking for here is Nvidia, and then you want to do an in the money. So the stock's at 135.50 now. I want to do something in the money, right? So let's look at that December Expo. We'll go to the December 16th. And let's first look at the 125, 130. Okay, buy to open, sell to open. December 16th. Okay, so you can see now the max this could be worth is the difference between these two strikes, right? So this is called a vertical spread. Okay, and simple meaning of this is you're buying the stock. Here we're looking at Nvidia, right? So you're buying the stock. This is the concept of it. You're buying the stock for 125 and you're selling it to someone for 130. The max you can make if you buy it for 125, you sell it for 130 is how much, guys? $5, right? $5. Now, 290, divide that by 5. Let's take a look there. So she's at 293 she's at. So 5, divide that by 2.93. That's a 71% gain right here on this trade. And the stock could drop by $6 freaking dollars, and you still have that 71% gain. That is a nice setup there, right? Great setup. 71% gain with the 125, 130 spread. Okay, so the 125, 130, this is called the call spread, right? A vertical call spread. Put vertical because a lot of you guys use Thinkorswim, and on there it's listed as vertical spread. So this is a vertical call spread. 71% max net gain if you get that 125, 130. Now the nice thing about that, you make money anywhere above what you pay. So if you pay 293, add that to that 125. So 125 plus 2.93, your break even, anything above 127.93, you make money. So right now the stock's at 136, right? So as long as it's above 127.93 on December 16th, this is going to make you money. This is a vertical call spread. Now the max you can make on this is if it's at 130 or higher. If it's at 130 or higher, well, guess what? That person that just bought that 130 off you, they're in the money. Let's say the stock's at 135, right? And they paid $3 for this, right? So obviously that'd be worth $5 then. So they made $200 a contract. So this is what you're looking for right here. Anything above 130, you have that max value of $5. So as long as she's above 130 by December 16th, this trade will be worth $5. If you picked it up for $3, which is $300 per contract, max it could be worth is $500 a contract. So you pick up 10 of these contracts, it'll cost you $3,000. Max it could be worth is $5,000. So $2,000 max net gain on 10 contracts. Okay, now that's a lower risk in the money vertical spread, right? So now let's take a look and say, oh, you know what, Dave? I think it's going to be higher than 140 by December 16th. Well, now we can look at that 130, 135 vertical spread here. That's a little bit further out of the money. Now, what is it going to do? It's going to make this trade cheaper, and it's going to give us more potential to the upside there. It should. Now, you see, that other one was going for 290. This one's going for 285, so I won't even go near that one yet because that's right by the other one. If I'm going to save, if it's only going to cost me 10 more cents and I need the stock $5 less to make that gain, of course I'm going to go with that. So now let's look at the 135, 140 vertical spread. This is an out of the money, okay? It's slightly in the money, but it's really out. So this is going for 247 to 250 now to be worth 5. So this trade right here is going to give you a 100% gain if it's at 140 a share or higher on December 16th. Okay, so this is a nice setup here on Nvidia. And Nvidia she's just at 135. She's near 137 now. So this is a really nice setup right here. Um, I was thinking about, do I want to buy a $500,000 worth of shares in Nvidia, or should I just jump in and buy about a $25,000 trade on some options? That's what I'm debating about what to do here right now. Do I want to get about a $500,000 worth of shares right now in Nvidia and hold that and look for that upside? Guys, Exxon Mobil highs of the day, 101 a share on Exxon Mobil. Nice breakout on XOM there. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Let's see. Dylan said Kara had a question. Let me see. Do I need to own stock of Nvidia to do the spread to be safe or not? No. So to do a vertical spread, Kara, that requires level 3 options. So level 3 options, that'll let you, you're just saying, hey, I'm willing to buy the stock at 135 and I'm willing to sell the stock at 140. So you really don't have any shares of anything yet, just yet, Kara. You're just saying, hey, I'm signing this contract right here. I'm willing to buy the shares at 135. I'm willing to sell them to someone for 140. And for that contract right there, you're paying $250. And you already know your max gain. It's going to be the difference between these two strikes. So difference between 135 and 140, $5. So if you're paying $2.50, the max it could be worth is $5. That's a 100% max net gain there. So that's what you're going to be looking for. What is level 3 option? So you see right here on the option chain, this is E-Trade here. So this is just the old trade challenge account that I have pulled up. So you guys don't see my account numbers. But so you can see here, this is level 2. So level 1 gives you the ability to buy calls and to do covered options there. Level 2, or no, level 1 I think is just for calls and puts. Level 2 you could do covered calls. Level 3 you could do spreads, butterflies, things like that. And then level 4 is, obviously that's professional status there, and you could do naked positions. Now, I don't suggest you do level 4, because if you do level 4 and you do a spread like this, so let's just say a spread is limited risk, right, Kara? So if you jump into this trade right now and it's $2.50, the max you could lose on this trade is $2.50 or $250, right? But if you have level 4, what E-Trade could come do is they could say, hey, we're going to close out your we're going to close out your long leg, the 135s, and we're going to leave you short the 140s. So that trade that you had originally, that spread that makes money as the stock goes higher, well, if E-Trade came in and said, you know what, the stock's above 135 right now, so we're going to go in and sell this 135 call on you. And they're going to take that out of your account, and they're going to leave you the profit on that, right? But guess what? This short leg right here, now all of a sudden you're short. You're naked, an option. You have unlimited risk to the downside. If you got $1,000 in your account, Kara, and you can't do it with 1,000. It's a minimum of, I think, what is it, $2,500 or $5,000 for level 4. But anyway, so if you look at that, and your max risk there is $2.50 with that spread, and you have level 4, and then they go in and they sell that on 135 call on you, and now you're only short that 140. Well, now if you have, let's say you have $5,000 in your account, and all of a sudden that stock started ripping higher, because originally this vertical call spread, that's a trade that makes money as the stock goes higher, right? So if they take out that 135 strike and leave you short that 140, as the stock goes higher, you're going to lose tens of thousands of dollars on that contract right there, if you had a setup like this. So it's very important there to understand, if you're just planning on doing spreads, do level 3, do not go with level 4. They could break apart your trades with level 4, because level 4, that's an experienced trader, and E-Trade could come in. I don't like how they could do that, though. That should be against the law, but they could come in and sell any of your positions there. Like if you have a spread, they could sell that 135, and now all of a sudden that spread is no longer a spread, now it's short. So definitely something you want to be looking at there. Exxon Mobil at $101 a share at highs of the day, continuing to run. I'm watching Google over to the right there at 101.62, right up to that blue 20-day simple moving average on it today, 1 minute. And then I'm also watching QQQ right here as that starts pulling back sharply here on it today, 1 minute. Take a look at the past 4 candles here on Qs. Sharp pullback, continuing that BDM cycle there. That 10-day simple moving average crossing below that blue 20, and we're in the BDM cycle there. And you can see you got some support there right around that 281.50 down to that 281 for the day on Qs. These candles coming in right now, that's a sharp pullback. I think the markets are probably going to be turning red for the day and continuing that pullback. So that's why I had that hedge right there, which is beautiful. You know, that's working out nicely. That SPY October 7th 375 strike put. And then we also have that Snapchat. Let's see what Snap's doing over there now. That was one was up what 5% before. Let me see, where is she? Okay, so she's up about 3.6% now. Looking pretty good here. You did? You didn't post it? No, not now, before. Look at Exxon Mobil breaking out again, new highs of the day on Exxon Mobil. 11.22%. Oh, that SPY hedge is in the green nicely now. Look at how much we're up on that SPY hedge. We're up $1,000 on that. That is nice. Man, ExxonMobil, I'm up another $3,000 on that today. I'll show you guys the options here so you guys can see what I'm looking at. Tell them we got to go get you a headset like this. So much easier. And then they could hear you. You could talk whenever you want there. Why do I hear myself? Do you have me on something?
Yeah, I'm listening to you very, very, very low so I can watch everything that goes on because I can't see a lot of times whenever.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we got to get you a headset. Man, I'm still in the SPY put. Oh, the scalp that you had, yeah.
It was just nice and quick though, nice breakout pattern and everything too. It had 361, I had a 394.
We got a 11% gain on ExxonMobil right now. You think we should close that out, lock in that profit since it was down 90%? A win's a win, 10% gain is nice. Or should we hold on a couple more days and target that 105?
If you look at it right now, it is at the very peak right now after 4 days. That's a big run.
Bro, it was just at $84 a couple days ago.
It's a big run that it's on. So I mean, it'd probably be smart to maybe lock it in and then look for another entry here soon because you know it's going to be going up.
Yeah.
Look at that tank, dude. Oh my god.
Wow, that's still going down. Let me refresh this, see what we're up now on the SPY put. Man, we're up 21% on the SPY puts right now.
Man, I bought in at 361. My contracts are now at $5. I was just in.
Unbelievable. Unreal. Look at those gains on the SPY puts.
Lock into profits to start the day, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Markets are pulling back.
Loving it. I don't know. I didn't see any news. Let me see. There's no news. 958. No. Man, we're up 30% now on the SPY puts, man. Should we sell them out or hold on to them? Micron and Amazon are pulling back sharply there. Sharply. Kashkari. Mr. Kashkari is making a statement. All right, so that SPY trade, we're up 23% on that right now. You know, we got a nice $2,000 gain overall on the SPY put that we got for Friday's Expo. You know what, though? Because if we pull back, that SPY put could make so much money. I think I'm just going to hold on to the SPY put. That's a hedge against the long shares there, so I think that'll be fine. But that Exxon Mobil trade, I really think that that could pull back like $5. Do I want to lock it in or no?
Well, I think the reason why we're getting the pullback right now is because we're getting that rejection off of the 20-period moving average on SPY and markets. So that could be more of a consolidation day. Head a lot lower. So the way that it looks right now, that's heavy. That's heavy volume selling to the downside. I mean,
And what's
I
nice
would hold
too,
the put. I would lock the profits.
you would lock in the profits.
On
But see, here's what's nice about the ExxonMobil trade. So usually when the markets drop, oil will pop, you know, and vice versa there. So it's nice to have that, especially since it's the October 21st Expo there, you know.
well, look, and you see oil like it's actually, if you look at oil on a daily chart, U.S. oil, CFTs on WTI, it's breaking out of the downward channel. So I mean, that could project it even further. Like,
Q's and SPY almost at new lows.
look at this real fast on a daily time right here. Look at fast. That's perfect.
What did you just say? It's up 16%. AMD? Oh, AMV. Now, what were you just saying?
Oil on a daily time frame is textbook DCA breakout across on the
Which
macro.
one?
The U.S. oil. If you type in U.S. oil, I look it up.
Oh yeah, I can't do that on any trade.
WTI crude oil.
Posted to the
I'll
trade
post it
room
real
there.
fast. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's see.
That way they could see too. John P says Freddie Mac 30-year fixed mortgage averaged 6.6%. 6.66% would average point 0.8 point as of October 6th. That looks ready to break out. But notice though how it got right up to. See, yeah, that's what concerns me. Because if you look right here where you had it before, look at how right there it got up to that 50 as well, and then pulled back. So that's the only thing that worries me. How right here she came down and she tested that red 50 right there, and then had that sharp pullback, and then right now we're getting right up to that red 50 again. So.
Slowing, so it could have a nice rejection. So if you lock in some profits on that, just play into the downside on SPY. That'd be smart. Look for another entry in here because you know it's going to go higher.
I think oil's going higher. Oh man, look at the markets tanking. Another sharp pullback there. I'm up significantly on these SPY puts we got as that hedge. Wow. Wow, look at her drop in there, Dylan. 31% gain now on those. Now, see, this is what I mean about that acting as a nice hedge, because take a look at the options here, right? So I'm going to post this in here. Take a look at the options, guys, and then take a look at the shares. Notice how these options here with that hedge is up much more than the shares are down. So that is a successful hedge right there. So let's take a look. Options. And here is our shares. That's looking pretty good. SPY might drop down to 370 today. It really may. It really may. That type of pullback. I mean, she was just at 379. Now we're at 374. That just had a 5-point pullback there in minutes.
10 minutes, 15 minutes.
Another 4-point pullback. I mean, that's definitely possible.
You head down to test the 10 day at 369, 370, like you're saying. I like that a lot. I don't really see any short term resistance or support until 372.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom quick. You want to throw these headsets on? Say hello to the team.
Hey guys, how is everyone doing? I am definitely liking SPY to the downside right now. Oh, only thing you want to be cautious of is that we did just have a very nice long run. This could be a consolidation pattern to flip right back up to the upside, but pressure is to the downside now. Looking like it's about to release. There he goes. SPY new lows. One of my favorite patterns to play is that low basing pattern right there. Nice move right outside. You wait until the moving averages kind of catches up a bit. Get ready. Wait for that confirmation candle. I'll post this real fast in the trade room for you guys about what I'm talking about. If I'd have stayed in my SPY puts, I'd be up significantly, but I wanted a quick little win. So I was in and out. I will be looking again. But as you can see on that low base pattern right there, as soon as you get that confirmation candle outside of it, you can look again to the for further downside pressure. We do have a little bit of resistance coming in right here from yesterday at around the 1235 area at 374. So we're seeing that rise right now, right back up. But I do believe if we break that level at 374.30, 374, we can head back down to about 372 area pretty quickly. But that was a long run, so be very cautious on that. Weakening histogram on the RSI on the MACD, RSI cross. Exxon Mobil pulling back slightly. Google's hovering around lows of the day. Big drops coming in on SPY again right now. Market's pulling back sharply. Right at 374. I don't like the look of that candle, but it could continue on. I think after that big move, it's a slow, steady grind lower for now. We are still squeezing between the 10 and 20 day simple moving averages on the daily time frame, so that is something that you're going to want to watch out for as soon as it gets down to the lower end of the range, and you're probably going to see it bounce back up. So we do have to kind of watch that right now. Top of the range is roughly in the area of the 378, I would say. Set the bottom of the range very quickly, 1 second. I would say the bottom of the range is going to be around the 372. Make it 372 even. So we could be headed down to the downside of the 372 area range of the daily candles. That is something we're going to want to watch out for. Maybe see it bounce around in that area. Anyone in any positions right now? Do we take the Google trade with Dave? Are we in the Exxon Mobil still? Exxon Mobil coming up now. Very nice. Market's pulling back slightly at the moment, looking like we could have a short-term reversal from these lows. Playing at that 10-day simple moving average, got the cross on the RSI, got the cross on the MACD. I don't see a lot of volume coming in, but we are above average on the volume indicators. Nice climb off of the lows. Now that is one pattern that I want to kind of point out to you guys that I typically am a little nervous on trading, and it's because of that exact reason right there. When we are headed lower like this and you start to see that descending wedge like that, a lot of times, especially after a larger move, you will see that pop out like that. I'm saying this in the trade room now about what I'm talking about. So that is why I do not like to play slow grinds to the downside, because you never know at any point if it's going to sit there and kind of reverse back to the upside just like that. And that's something that you want to watch out for. Now, this could always reverse back down, but a lot of times when you see a big push to the downside, that big leg that you got from the 955 candle down to the 1001 candle, that's a big move to the downside from a release of another pattern of that uh, wedge that I played that I sent originally. Now that release out of that wedge down lower, and a lot of times after big moves, it'll pop back out to the upside on that. So that is something that you want to be careful of when you're trading and in those trades like that. That is a pattern that I have noticed as well too. I do like trading a lot of patterns. These markets repeat themselves in these patterns on all time frames all the time, over and over and over again. And if you learn how to trade these patterns and you learn how to spot them before they start to happen and know when to get your confirmations to enter in, you can make some big moves. I had entered in onto my SPY put at the 956 candle as soon as we got the big 955 breakout of that wedge pattern. I should have stayed in it a little bit longer, but I was out on the 958 candle, just a couple minute trade, and nice little big push down to the downside. Had I held on to it, I would have been out roughly around right where we got this push down at the 1015 as it crossed the 10 period moving average. Would have been a very solid play, but I just wanted to lock in some profits just to get the morning going. So there's an article on Zero Hedge that I'll post very quickly for you guys if you want to take a look at it. But it's kind of a scary thought to kind of think about. The U.S. is buying $290 million worth of anti-radiation drugs for use in the nuclear emergency. Anti-radiation drugs for use in nuclear emergencies amid escalating tensions with Russia and heightened threats of nuclear war. That is something to kind of be concerned about once you start seeing this out in the public like that. That is crazy to think about that we'd even have to, but that is unfortunately the standings that we are in right now. Can't wait to let Dave know about that when he gets back. All right, all right. What else is moving at the moment? Potassium iodate tablets. Yeah, absolutely, man. Scary to think about. We got Costco moving right now. Costco's up 2%. Eli Lilly and Co. is up 1.6. That's one of those ones that I've been watching. I told you guys about a while back that chart was looking nice. I'm going to pull that one up real fast, share it in the trade room. But that one's fantastic from where we called that out at the bottom of those lows. Nice rejection off of the 10-day, 20, and 50. Nice little, I'll post this real fast for you. That Eli Lilly chart looks fantastic. This is one I wish I'd have gotten into this myself. I was watching it. I should have done it. That would be paying out very nicely right now. But if you take a look at Eli Lilly right now, that one had an outperform rating a while back, and now it's just bounced off those 10, 20, 10, 20, and 50-day moving averages. We got the cross on the MACD back in September, cross on the RSI back at the end of September as well too. A nice break above all those moving averages, and now we're seeing a nice climb. I could definitely expect to see Eli Lilly take off a little bit higher, especially with that outperform rating. Now 350 could be the next short-term target, the one that we'd be looking for. I will be considering to jumping into this as well. Exxon Mobil starting to kind of pull back a little bit right now. Could be a quick run back down to below 100. We want to see it hold above 100 today. It didn't close above 100 yesterday, but it's looking like it definitely could today. If it doesn't, then we could see a little bit of a resistance area right here at the 100 to 101 area. I do still like that to the upside, and we do still have some time on that as well too. Oxy as well. Oxy looks fantastic to the upside as well. Oxy had a big breakdown from its highs over at 76 down to 58, now back up to 68. So it's right there in the middle of that range. I would say if you wanted to wait for a small pullback, you can get into Oxy. Oxy targeted up to 75 again. Let it see those previous highs that it was at. That's a good one to look at. I do like that. That is a very good looking chart as well too. Post that right there for you guys. Right, Rigo? That is pretty crazy about that news. That's why I like staying on these websites, man. I like watching what's going on. I like knowing what's going on. It's crazy to think about that we have to even get prepared for nuclear war. President Biden disappointed by OPEC decision looking at options. Yes, but instead of going towards Alaska and getting new federal leases for oil plants up in Alaska, you're going to go make a deal with Venezuelan leaders and cut sanctions over there. That's what you need to do. I'm going to go ahead and share the heat map with us for right now. The heat map is a little on the red side. Energy is the only thing looking all right. Semiconductors is pretty flat. Taking a hit in the markets at the moment. Still squeezing between those averages, but we take a look at that right there. Exxon Mobil up 1.3 on that side. You've got ConocoPhillips, Oxy, and Chevron all kind of leading the way in that sector right there. You've got consumer defensive, Walmart, Costco, Target. Those are up right now collectively about 1% roughly between the three. Costco up 1.7%. Costco is also one of the industry leaders at the moment. Let's take a look at Costco. I know a couple of we were just there yesterday. That Costco chart is looking fantastic too. Nice cross on the RSI and the MACD happening right now as we speak. Trading above the 10-day simple moving average for the first time after about a week plus. I'm gonna sure let Dave know about that one too, especially since he loves shopping at Costco so much. These are just some nice chart setups that we're kind of going through, looking at the moment, kind of watching, seeing what everything does. That Home Depot, as you can see, this is why I wanted to share with you guys. I closed that Home Depot trade off at the beginning of the week. That one was a solid little win right there. That yellow line was my target level, and even if there was a little upside potential, money left on the table, as you can see, it's just hovered right there around that 289 area, which is why I exited the trade back 2 days ago. Had I stayed in that trade, and I was staying at this level, I would have lost a theta on those contracts. Over the course of the 2 days, so it was better for me to take the profit there and look for potential re-entry. I still do like Home Depot to the upside, especially now that you're getting that cross on the MACD a couple days ago, on the RSI a few days ago, and then now you're getting the cross from the 10, 20 simple moving averages. If we can get some volume coming in, maybe break above that 50-day simple moving average, you could very easily see the stock run back to 320 or higher. Definitely 300 for sure, so that would be one that I'm going to be looking at as well, especially with everything going on this quarter with the devastation from the hurricanes across the eastern seaboard. That is one that I would like to play as well. And Home Depot's a fairly well-ran company. They've been around for a long time. Always post decent earnings. Last earnings they had was a beat, 2% beat on earnings and a 1% beat on revenue. So I can't see it heading any further lower. These are really things, especially with home improvement and stuff like that and home building, as you're starting to get, well, thinking about it in that sense of the homes, as you start to get less demand for the homes, and there's going to be less material being ordered and bought, so that could definitely hurt Home Depot as well. So that is something that you're going to want to pay attention to on their next earnings date, which when is that? Is on November 15th. So that is coming up. That'll be very interesting to see how that plays out for Home Depot. Market's fairly flat at the moment. Nice consolidation period, nice consolidation zone that it's in. I would say the top of this short-term consolidation zone is right there at 375. Bottom's going to be around the 374.25 area. We want to see it kind of break below that with volume. You're getting the 10-20 catching up right now on the 1 minute. On a 5 minute time frame, it does look like a nice low basing pattern. So if we get that confirmation candle on the 5 minute below that 374.25 area, then I will be looking for a potential put on that to the downside, maybe targeting the 372, 372.50 area. All right, not I got we're getting a lot of unusual options activity on Nike. I'm seeing three different people doing some Nike unusual options. Not a whole lot of volume coming in on that. The only one that I see that has some decent volume is as Netflix calls. They have the 250 strike calls. Let's take a look at Netflix right now. See what it's doing. Netflix has not gone anywhere for the past since July, basically. That is one that is right there at highs from where the last for two earnings ago where it finally dropped, which it could head that back to the upside. We are getting upside pressure on it, but it is still not going a whole lot of places. I wouldn't trust that right now. I could see Netflix headed back higher though. Not a whole lot of unusual auctions activity going on the indices side. Not seeing a whole heavy lot of buying or selling. Like I said, today could be more of a consolidation kind of day since we are squeezing between those averages. That is one thing that I will be paying attention to. Maybe being a little more cautious with some of these trades. Might be trading in within a range. We are looking at like we're at the bottom of this range right now on SPY. Looking like it might be breaking out here shortly. And right back up, right to the top of the range. That's why you want to be very cautious with that. It's doing a small kind of wedge pattern here. Want to see it break lower with some conviction, especially breaking on a 5 minute time frame. That is when I typically like that. It looks good right now. I wouldn't want to enter in just this moment, but you do have some volume coming in, so you could. I like that breakout right there, actually. That's very nice. But we do have natural gas storage less than 1 minute, so I don't want to play right before a news event that could swing out the opposite way. One minute. Want to see what this does. Might retrace back up to the bottom of the range while we wait. Technically, on a 1 minute, we have got the confirmation candle breakout, but I do want to wait. I don't like playing news events. Numbers are out. Natural gas futures pulling back right now. Not liking that news. Let's see if markets can continue that pullback now that we've got that in a nice pop. Just kind of watching and seeing right now. Looking like markets might be starting that pullback down again. We'll see if it can hold. Want to see it push a bit lower. Retracement back to the top of that bottom of that range. See if it can hold right there. If we push and close below, I think that we're going to continue on to the downside, but we'll watch and we'll wait. We'll see. Right there at 374. We want to see it hold below 374 and continue on lower. Markets are down 0.8% at the moment. Looking like it might be slowing. Headed back to the upside now. Bit of a false breakout on there. We're going to cross from the MACD. We'll see if it can hold the 10 period moving average right now. Falling down now. Might be a little bit slower now. There's not a whole lot of numbers coming out for the rest of the day. We'll see what happens. Let's see that rejection off the 10. Let's see it hold. Let's see it hold. I like how it's looking so far. We'll see if this can hold in 30 seconds. I don't want to see it pull back up to that 10. I want to see it nice solid candle, nice volume coming in to the downside. There we go. Let's go. I want to see this hold. 22 seconds. Let's get a push lower. Come on there, SPY. Come on there, SPY. Push lower. 10 seconds. I like that close right there. Come on now. Keep it going. Should see 373 here shortly, but we'll watch and see what happens. I don't like the look of that candle right there. Right back to the 10-day simple moving average. Oh, we don't want to see. We want to see it push lower. Let those SPY puts that we've got hold on. Let them pay out. Let them pay out nicely. There we go. Big push down. Come on, let's see it break those new lows, make new lows of the day. Warren Buffett is still going to be buying Oxy. He still likes that company a lot, especially through the European energy crisis this winter. Just watching and seeing the markets right now. Exxon Mobil still on its little bit of a pullback right now. Looks like it's about to start heading a little bit lower, depending upon what the markets overall do right now. Google looking like it's pulling back a little bit as well too. Still green on the day. Actually starting to kind of get a bit of a breakout. Might start to see that head a little bit higher. Watching and seeing. SPY just in a bit of a consolidation again after moving down. Price has definitely slowed down a little bit here at the 1040 area, 1030, 1040 area. Getting that right back up into that range right there. Energy leading the way right now. If we take back a look at that, starting to get a little bit of a kind of climb in the energy markets again, not too much. Kind of flat and boring at the moment. Not really ideal market movement that we'd like to see. but we did have those big runs, so you have to wait, be patient, let the moves come to you, don't force anything. Google breaking back out again, looking nice right now. Nice breakout on Google, back above the back right at the 20-day simple moving average on the daily time frame. But I think that could play ahead, push on forward as the markets get this bit of a climb right now. I think if we break that 281, we're definitely going to see Qs head back a lot higher, back up maybe to the 283, 284 highs of the day kind of area right there. We'll see if it can hold. Again, this could be just a back and forth kind of day, so that is what you're going to want to watch out for as well. Not seeing a whole lot going on as far as news goes that we haven't already talked about. Just a lot of the OPEC strategic plays right now. OPEC and how America is looking to make the deal with Venezuela as well. Stocks decline with Fed speaks before jobs market reports. Peloton to cut more than 500 jobs in an effort to save the company. U.S. mortgage rates slipped to 6.6, the first drop in 7 weeks. So finally, you're seeing mortgage rates kind of fall just a bit. I don't think I think it's just a pause. I think we're going to continue to keep going on that. Nord Stream leaks to that pipeline were caused by detonations and signs of a sabotage. Looks like we might be starting to kind of head a bit higher on the S&P, pulling back here at the moment, but I do like it that it's underneath the 10 and 20 cross right there. We have the cross on the MACD, cross on the RSI, some volume coming in as well. Could be starting to look for upside potential on SPY. Not seeing any setups right now that I like as far as. Well, I do kind of like SPY to the upside right now. Bouncing off the 10-day, squeezing between the 50. See where we can head. See if we can't hit up to 376 or higher. All right, I am liking this little bit of a breakout right now on SPY, pushing past the moving averages. We'll see what can happen here, see if it can hold. Start moving a bit higher. We did just get a nice run off of the lows, nice volume coming in on those lows as well too. Might get some of that resistance here coming shortly at 375.50 area. Seeing it pull back right now. Looks like on the shorter term time frame we are turning around just a bit though, so we'll see what happens here. See if we can push past 375. But we are just in that bit of a consolidation area right now. Pulled right back down. Nice little small squeeze at the moment. All three moving averages push pointing upwards for almost 50 period needs to start turning around. There we go. Nice breakout happening. Let's see it tag 375 and hold above. That's what I'd like to see it happen. $375, $375.05, $98 now. $375.16. Let's see it push through. Keep going. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. I'd like to see it break this 370. There he goes, just like that. 4 seconds now. Let's see that hold. Let's see that run. A lot of volume coming in right now. Seeing a nice push right now on this. See if it can't hold. Might get a bit of a pullback, but there is a lot of volume coming in. We could touch 376 quick. So once you pull back, you hit that 376. I like this price action right now. Twenty seconds till this candle closes. It also closes on a 5. I do like this to a confirmed switch in the trend on a 5-minute as well. Let's see it push 20 cents more. All right, I just had a nice little quick trade on that. That's why I wanted to see it. I was in and out on that one myself. I was in at 308, out at 353. I like the way that was looking right there, so that's a solid little one. I'll post that for you guys here shortly. Just 1 second. Market's pulling back now on that. That's why I got out of that trade. Boom, but there we go, just like that. Nice solid little trade right there on SPY. Positive for the day on my end. I did like that a lot. Now reason I got out there is we were right at the 50 period, the 20 period moving averages on the 5 minute time frame, so we might see a little bit of a pullback. I think we're going to continue to head a little bit higher. I am going to potentially look for another entry, but as I do like this volume coming in here, I think we could retrace back down to the top of that range that we were in for a bit at 375.20. Maybe reject off the 10 period moving average. But we'll see what happens there. We're in that range, so I want to be very cautious, that range of the 10, 20-day simple moving averages. AMV. I want to check this out. AMV. That's getting some nice boost right now. I don't play that one. It's only a $21 stock, but oh my goodness, that just happened. On Wednesday, the stock was down 8.5% from 240 down to 40.21. Dave is still in the restroom at the moment. Yep, absolutely, man. You called it. Already told him to hurry up. I am liking markets headed back to the higher side right now. Google should be taking off 0.5%. Google's looking too bad right now. We're kind of getting back a lot of those losses that we just kind of took right now. Exxon Mobil back up 1.83%. Exxon Mobil right there at the highs of the day. I do like the Exxon Mobil chart right there. That does kind of look to me almost like a little bit of a cup and handle chart forming right now. I am potentially interested in jumping into Exxon Mobil myself. I'm going to take a look at the prices of those contracts. Trade, let's take a look at XOM. SPY right now making a bit of a high basing pattern. I do like SPY for a high basing pattern right now on the 1 minute time frame. Crew hitting a high of 88.78. That should boost those Exxon Mobil and everything stocks. Exxon Mobil pulling back at the moment. I do like Exxon Mobil here. I think I might jump in that. Let me see. I like Exxon Mobil where it's at. All right. Exxon Mobil wanted to get a bit of a climb here now. Got a little bit of some hedge money I want to play with, so I'm going to play that Exxon Mobil too. I do like it to the upside. All right. Pulling back on that news. I'll see if he wants to. I know he said he had things to do today, so I'm not 100%. Can't give you that correct answer on that. But he might do that. Oxy looking nice. I do like Oxy even on a 5 minute, 1 minute time frame as well too. I like Oxy. Pulling back here a bit at the moment. All right, what is Spy doing? Spy's still in that consolidation area too right now, playing at the 20 period moving average. We could see Spy head back down as well too, but this is a bit of a consolidation area. I do like this right now. We'll see which way it breaks out. All right. Looking like we could get that rejection off of the 10. I want to see what happens with this candle right here. Price action is a little bit slower. Lucky to catch those two big candles right there. I was in on that small pullback right there at the October. I'm sorry, the 1045 candle. Played that up to right there at the 1050 candle. Nice solid trade on that one right there. I took
On what?
on spot right there.
Yes, nicely done.
Spot right here, sold right here. Caught those two big candles right there. Didn't call it
Oh,
out, but
nice.
yeah, it's looking nice at the moment. So.
Yeah, I was watching Spy having that reversal there.
Hey, John was asking if you can extend the morning session a bit since, if you wanted to. I don't know, I told him I'd ask you.
Let's see here. Can you guys hear me? Perfect. Alrighty, guys. So I heard Dylan talking about Exxon Mobil there. Exxon Mobil was just near highs of the day right there. Got a double top so far. I like that 101 area. I really think she's going to be going to that 105. So I'm just going to hold on to that Exxon Mobil trade. Nvidia is climbing again. I was watching that. That was back in the red a few minutes ago, and she's back in the green, up 1.43%. I was thinking about doing something with Nvidia. I'm probably going to end up looking for a swing trade on Nvidia this afternoon here if we hold up. I'm not going to do anything on that just yet. Was going to earlier today, but as of right now, I'm going to hold on and wait until the afternoon, see if the markets hold up before making a trade on that. We got Chevron, Oxy taking off nicely. Robinhood up about 1.21% there. Robinhood's looking pretty nice after that sharp pullback down to $6 there, back up to 11. That's what I mean there, Dylan. And this one here was just $6, Robinhood. And I think you remember the day we were talking about that too, back in June, July there, when she had that sharp pullback, and she's breaking out nicely now. So that's almost doubled already since that pullback that it had. Looking here, let's see. Snapchat's up over 3% again. That's looking pretty good. Hertz is up over $17. A lot of the. Yeah, I see Google 102.36. That's looking pretty darn good. That hedge is perfect. That hedge against the shares there. I mean, that really did work out perfectly because so far today, no matter what the market did, whether it had that sharp pullback or that breakout, I was up a minimum of $4,000 the entire time. So that's a successful hedge there, and that's looking good. I'm just going to hold on to that. And let's see here. PayPal's getting a decent move there, 1.4%. PayPal looks ready for the climb up to $100 again. I was thinking about doing something with that for a short-term swing trade, maybe for next week's expo. You see PayPal? Look at that PayPal daily chart there. 100 bucks should be an easy target on that. Let's see here. Baba Google. Caterpillar 180.55. That doesn't look bad either. Caterpillar up to about 190 to 200. Look at Captain. Nice job, Captain. Captain just posted his trades there that he's in with us. Nice job there. Exxon Mobil, he closed that out for a nice profit of $1,136.33. He closed out of the SPY. What did he have here? SPY. Did you have calls, puts? Oh, there you go. He had a call there, SPY, call a SPY there. So nice. $1,459 day for Captain. Nice job there, Cap. Looking pretty good. Let's see here, PayPal. Embraer. Embraer is nearing $10 again. Love to get Embraer, but on what? Yeah, that 100.25 is that support on XOM there. Nice. Look at Captain. Nice. You were in at 308 out at 353. Nice. There was a really good. You think? What do you think Putin's going to do? You think he's going to go nuclear? They were saying that he's probably going to use a small nuclear weapons in the part that he annexed. You know, if he did do that, obviously uranium and stuff is going to skyrocket. So you got to look for those mines. And I found some of these mines that are 15 cents a share, and that were like $4 just a few months ago when the conflict just started. So could you imagine if she jumped back up there? Imagine getting something at 15 cents a share and it goes to $4 again. I mean, think about it. If I just put 15 grand in something like that, 15 divide that by 0.15 cents, that's 100,000 shares. And then if it gets to $4, obviously that's $400,000 there for a $15,000 trade. You know, I mean, I wouldn't mind risking 15 grand on something like that. I mean, it's not like she's going to go down to 7 cents and I'm going to lose half the money there. So the max I think I'd lose on that is 5 grand. You know, to make 395,000 or 385,000. Exactly. Yeah. Captain says he's crazy. If he does, he'll be shunned by the rest of the world. Well, if he does, there's going to be major panic and stuff going on. So I've been looking at nighttime. When I'm sitting down, nothing to do there, laying down, I look at some of the stocks. Yeah, I heard about that too. Yeah, that's crazy. I heard about that yesterday. That's nuts. What's those ones? John Pantilla, you're with us live, right? I shared pictures of the stocks that I told him I liked on Facebook the other day. Do you remember the names of those, John? Share those names with those nuclear and uranium stocks that I shared with you. I don't feel like going back in the chat and looking. He said UCLE was one. There was one that was 15 cents. Which one was that? That's probably this one, right? Look at this one here. It's 18 cents. It was 15 cents the other day when I was talking to him about it, I think. Yeah, right back here. No, that wasn't that long ago. Probably about 16 cents there. That's not bad though, I mean, that's one that could definitely get a nice little boost there too. And I mean, look at that. Just back in 2019 there, that thing was $5. UCLE. I mean, even if it just got up to $1, if I got them for 18, yeah, UCLE. That's a uranium and
Now
nuclear
imagine, now
stock.
look at this. Now that looks kind of like it's almost like a wedge pattern to the downside. Imagine
A
you get
wedge, yeah.
some panic and like the amount of
Oh,
like
that's what I mean. That's what you want to capitalize on. This
dude,
is the
that'd be
panic.
huge. And that even if you caught a squeeze just like one of these right here or something, you know what I mean? Something like
Yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah.
That would be still huge.
That's 1,000% return right there.
Yeah. What that?
I wouldn't mind that. Q's just pulled back sharply the past four candles.
So did SPY.
Well, nice thing about it, look at that. All three of the option trades are in the green right now. Look at that. You can't get any better than that. All three.
I did on a bit of a pullback. I got in on Exxon Mobil, same expirations with you.
Oh, you did? You got in an Exxon Mobil. Nice. That's going to be a good
I
one.
got it on a little bit of a better price, but I did pullback nonetheless.
Nice. Guys on YouTube, I got to shut this off. It's well after 11. I didn't even know we were still live there. I will see you guys later. Tomorrow's Day Trade Friday. I hope everyone has a great day. Stay safe. God bless. If you guys want to come join us, go to breakingchartalerts.com and make sure you guys get signed up. Make sure you guys also download our app. Go to the App Store, search Breaking Chart Alerts. Download that app. It's free to download. You guys can sign into your account right there. And if you guys can, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel here and get notified every time we go live. Hit that bell. And I hope everyone has a great day. See here. A day trade? And we might do that with some members now. Might see if we could do something. I've seen Q's and SPY breaking out there nicely. Alrighty, guys, have a great day. Take care. God bless. And enjoy the day there. Good job today, team.